Ready to go, Carla?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis podcast. Here we are on the eve of the Australian Open of 2019, and we are already on our 8th show. Let's go! Come on, let's dig deep and get this going. Come on! Ready for this one. You ready, Carla?
Yes.
I hope so. I'm ready for this one. All right, so this is a direct continuation from our last show. I will put a link above in case you missed the last show, so you can catch up from where we left off in terms of topics, matches, discussions, analysis, poll questions, etc. So this is the last time that we will put a link above as well about our tennis racket giveaway for the 2019 Australian Open. The tennis racket we are giving away is up front and center, and it is a Wilson Hammer Tour 95, strung with YTEX Pentapower twisted on the mains and a nice multi-filament cross. So it's a nice racket, slightly used, but I think anyone who wins it will enjoy it. So make sure you check out the link above so you understand how you can qualify to win it and what you need to do to win it and where to put your picks in to win it. I know we've both hit with this racket to make sure it's been play tested, and I know we both enjoyed it, correct?
Yes.
All right, so by the way, real quickly, please subscribe to our channel. Carla and I put a lot of time into this channel, and as tennis players and coaches for a very long time, myself since 2, herself since not or not much longer after the age of 2.
11.
So we as competitors and coaches and players like to grade ourselves on productivity, and that's how we grade ourselves. So please subscribe to our channel so we can at least attempt to think we are doing something correctly. All right?
Yes.
Come on, let's go. Let's dig deep. I'm so excited the Australian Open draws coming. I'm pumped. Can't wait. Moving forward. As always, a big shout out to all of you. That is our viewers. Without you, this show goes nowhere. Carla and I started this show last year. At the end of last season, I think it was Wimbledon.
It was Wimbledon, yes.
And I feel like we've come a long way since then in all respect to our viewers. Our viewers have kept us involved. The comments, the responses, and everything has been absolutely beautiful. We've met a lot of people across the globe, and we are really appreciative for all of you. So thank you very much to all of you. This is going to be a rapid show, by the way, because last year we did this type of show on the eve of a major, and we would end up going an hour and a half, and people would say, "We love your show, but we can't watch for 2 hours, so we're going to try to get all of this into 30 minutes.
No, you can't blame them. I can't sit down either to watch a show for over an hour.
That's why I'm pumped. I've been thinking about this all
Unless
day.
it's a tennis match, then I can sit down and watch it.
Let's get this going. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, so by the way, a quick YTEX Strings nugget. So Carla and I will put a link above for our most recent YTEX Strings playtest and string test, which was with the Quadro Twist strings. So check that link out. We had a wonderful time with it. Our latest play test and string test is ongoing, and Carla has been the one that has been on top of the playtest aspect of it. I strung with it. She told me, quote, "I felt the strings out of the box," and she felt like it was a string that she'd played with before that she liked a lot.
Yes.
So Carla, how do you think about those YTEX Hexagon X strings you've been playing with?
So far, I mean, I like the Quadro Twist, but for me, since I'm a flat, I hit flat, I like this string for me. It has a lot more power to it. Like my serve has a lot of pop, and I can go through the ball a lot easier. I don't really like too much spin. I like to hit flat.
Yes.
So if you're a flat player, maybe advanced, this is a good string
with
for
a
you.
lot of power, with a lot of pop.
Yeah.
And I feel like that you've been hitting your shots a lot more frequently with a lot more consistency.
Yes.
So again, we're at a major tournament time of the year, so the playtest results will be coming. I can promise you that the Hexagon X string for Carla has been absolutely wonderful. We've been playing a lot of tennis. and she has played at a very high level. Well, always plays at a high level, but within the past couple of days with the Hexagon X, I feel like she has finally found that string that she's been looking for.
Yeah, I think it's a good string for a college player too. You know, somebody up into 4.0s, 4.5. I recommend this string too.
Well, we played with a Division I player today.
Yes.
And I think, with all due respect to Thomas Blackwell, who's been a Division I coach and player, I think you guys had a nice run today. And I think that your shots were a lot cleaner and a lot more crisp than they have been in a while. And I think we owe some of that to YTEX's Hexagon X.
Right.
All right. And don't forget that at YTEX, their customer service is stellar, as well as the entire team. They are a great company, and I promise you, if you check the description below, click on their website, check out their products. They're an absolutely wonderful team. You can't go wrong. All right? Let's go! All right. So we're going to move forward rapidly, so excuse the pace of this show, but we are going to move right into the results of the poll question from the last show. We do poll questions every show. We're going to miss one on this one because we have literally 128 matches between men's and women's to roll through that we need to look at least from a first round or an intriguing first round match perspective.
We'll do it on the next show. There'll be a poll question on the next one.
Poll question
and I already
coming
know
next show.
what the question is. I already thought
Don't
of it.
tell me yet.
I'm not.
Better not tell me yet. Look mighty beautiful today, though, Miss Carla.
Thank you.
Look mighty beautiful.
Okay.
Let's go. All right. Sometimes you distract me from what I'm supposed to be doing. All right. So the last poll question was this. Which of the following men that aren't some of the heavy favorites have the best chance to win this year's Australian Open? The choices were Stefanos Tsitsipas, the Greek, Alexander Zverev, the German, Alex de Minaur, the Australian, Karen Khachanov, the Russian, or other. Drumroll. Brrr, ching. The results were heavily favored. 60% Alexander or Sasha Zverev, the German, at 60%. The other 20% was Karen Khachanov, the Russian, and the residual was other.
Right.
So we have out of those...
We didn't get to see what the other was. No one wrote it.
Yeah, no one really left in comments below. If we ever do poll questions and we leave an other, we try to mention to if you select other, please leave in the comment field below who that other is so we can analyze that, so we can discuss that. We did not get that. That's okay. Let's go. We should be getting that. But that's all right,
I
though.
can see why they pick Alexander Zverev. He does have the biggest shot out of all of them.
You know, and he finished the end of the year last year and won in London at the ATP World Tour Finals. So
And Lendl's his coach.
and Lendo, yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Dig deep here. Ready to go. All right, so that was the results of the poll question from the last show. So we are going to move right into what I always like to do before we get into draws. In this sense, would be from the Australian Open is a quick topic. You ready for this topic?
Yeah.
This topic comes from a longtime viewer that actually lives in Montenegro, who is Serbian by nature, though. So that whole geopolitical move, I'm sure, has a whole lot of love and heart into it. So thank you, Simone Simonovic, for this topic. His topic that he wanted to discuss is what has happened to American tennis, especially on the men's side. Now, before we get to this, I want to be forthright in the sense that last year when Carla and I started this show, we discussed at length this topic. Now, we started this on a back porch with just us and thought this would go nowhere, and this has been a family following ever since. So I'm glad Simone brought this up, and I hope we get a lot more comments going on this topic. So what has happened to American tennis on especially the men's level, Carla?
For me, I would have to say it has to do with the lack of commitment from the younger generation. The coaching, I don't think, for me as a junior, when I had coaches, they were a lot more committed. I don't see that anymore. I think it's more about the money. Tennis has become a lot more expensive and not accessible to people in high school or even middle school. You know, they don't introduce the sport of tennis. You have football, basketball, baseball. Those are the big things. But tennis, I mean, you can't even build a high school tennis team. So how are kids supposed to, you know, even know what tennis is if they can't even have a team in school? I know I can go deeper into it, but I know you have a few more comments.
No, again, I always love to watch you speak.
I think coaching is we don't have coaches that motivate enough in the United States.
I think there's a lot of coaches that follow this show at this point, and I think I will divert a lot of this discussion to them. And humbly, we have a lot of coaches that are much better coaches than you or I.
Of course, definitely.
And I think we openly understand that. I'm going to share briefly my take on this. My feelings are that, and the country in which we live, the United States respectively, that we have a lot of reliance on team sports. So let me put this into perspective. We play football, and we drive our kids to play football. Respectively, wonderful sport, absolutely phenomenal athletes, don't get me wrong. But let's say we're a quarterback, and we have a bad day passing the football. I can always hand it off to the running back. Let's say that the running back doesn't have a good day, and I'm not throwing the ball very well, then I can always rely, hopefully, on a good defense. Well, the metaphor is that on a tennis court, it's you and only you. Unless you're playing doubles, and then you have a partner, which is still limited. So I think a lot of times in the country in which we live, where there's a reliance on a lot of sports, i.e. baseball, i.e. basketball, i.e. football, if we're having a bad day, some of us can just kind of chill out, and hopefully the rest of the team carries us the rest of the way, which is not doable in the game that we play. You come out, you fight, you dig deep, or otherwise, I'm sorry, but that's just the end of the road for you, especially in a tournament in which you have to win 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches in order to win the thing. And if not, if you're in a big tournament, you might win something, you may not. But if you're in a smaller tournament, you show up, and that's another topic for another day, but you show up and you don't win anything. You just lose traveling expenses, coach money, and everything else because you don't have enough anything to pay anyone for nothing. You just hope for a better result next time. Also, too, we have reliance on digital devices, cell phones, social media, different platforms in which we think so much about what people think and what people say, but honestly, they really don't care. My oldest son, which we have 5 children, we have a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old. Sorry, I get lost in that. My 16-year-old just got his first cell phone because he's knocking on the door of college. And
because he's disciplined. He's a straight-A student. He does everything he has to do. So he deserves it. And there's no social media for him.
No social media. No. It's all blocked. Who needs it? And again, I feel like a hypocrite because this is similar to social media. And I don't have a problem with it nonetheless. But I think it takes a mind that takes some discipline and takes a little bit of understanding life in general, and I'm not going to get into this, but let me stop this topic here. And
because we could keep going.
We can keep going forever. Let me divert this back to Simone Simonovic in Montenegro, who's a Serbian by nature, and let's comment below on what.
Well, the reality is that the American kids are a lot more spoiled than someone overseas. I've lived overseas, and those kids have to work harder, and they want to come here. And they work harder.
I agree with this. This should be a hot topic. And if it's not a hot topic, then maybe, none of us really care in the U.S. Let's give some respect to Simone Simonovic in Montenegro for bringing up this topic for the second time. I think it's a great topic, and I think it deserves a lot of commentary. Agreed?
Agreed.
Let's go. Why is it that American tennis has fallen behind? That's Simone's topic. That's where we stop it.
Okay.
Let's go, Simone. All right, so now we're going to go in fast forward speed into the Australian Open, and we're going to move forward. So last year, Carla and I started with Wimbledon, and we got to the same point in time, and it took us a roughly 3 hours of filming, an hour and a half of editing, simply to get an hour and a half of viewing across.
Yes.
We got drilled for that last year, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
People said, man, we love your show, but who in the right mind has time to sit and watch all this?
Right, so let's get to the...
So we're going to fast forward it. So, we're going to discuss the most intriguing first round matches, right? The most intriguing first round matches, they're all intriguing, but the most notable ones that I think have the most, the biggest implications of causing problems later on in the draw, right?
Right.
All right. You ready to go, Carlo?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You still have a couple first round matches, a couple matches that have yet to be completed or tournaments completed from just still this week.
Yes, there's actually...
Sydney, I think?
You have Sydney for the women and the men, and then you have Hobart and Auckland.
And Auckland, yeah.
So Sydney, you have the finals set for the women's. Ashley Barty from Australia versus Petra Kvitova from the Czech Republic. On the men's side,
That's a good match.
It's a good match. Andrea Seppi from Italy versus he is actually waiting for the winner of Gilles Simon from France against Alex de Minaur from Australia. They're behind due to rain.
These are all tricky
I don't know
players.
if that's smart for them to keep playing when the Australian Open is knocking like the next day.
Gilles Simon, the Frenchman. I think you said Seppi. Seppi's Italian,
in the
I think.
final. He's in the final.
So Seppi's in an Italian, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Well, Seppi beat Tsitsipas.
And then De Minaur is one of my dark horse favorites for the Australian Open. So great matches. All right.
On the Hobart International, you have Sofia Kenin from the USA versus Anna Karolina Schmidlova from Slovakia. That's the final. They have yet to play.
There you go.
In Auckland, you have Cameron Norrie from Great Britain versus Tennis Sangren from the USA. So we'll see what happens. They play tonight.
Hey, look, at this point right now, I think Tennis Sangren, I know he's had some off-the-court issues and some of his past come back up, but he seems to be fighting.
He's a beast.
He seems to be fighting.
He's a big guy and hits hard.
He kind of grinds a lot like Nadal. Hopefully his
that's
body
tough on the
doesn't
body.
break on him
Yeah.
too quick, but good luck on the body with that game. But I hope the best for you, Tennis Sangren. All right, so that's it?
That's it.
All right, so now let's get into the first round matches, the most intriguing matches that we have come up with. Please comment below if you come up with anything differently. We're going to start on the men's side of the Australian Open first round.
Well, we have number 1 ranked player, Novak Djokovic from Serbia. The only reason we mention it is because the second round is a little test against Mitchell Kruger from the USA. If Djokovic wins that first round, he will meet either Jo-Wilfried Tsonga from France versus Martin Klizan from Slovakia. So that's a tough match.
I think what Carlo was trying to say that Djokovic should have a slide through his first round match against Mitchell Kruger, which is a U.S. player. However, the winner between Jo-Wilfried Tsonga and Martin Klizan, which is directly below him,
that's a tough match.
Will create an incredible or a very tough second round match. So we have basically Djokovic that should slide through and face either Tsonga or Klizan.
Right.
My thoughts is that Tsonga and Djokovic will meet in the second round.
I think so too.
So watch out for the Tsonga Klizan match.
Then we have Thanasi Kokkinakis, who just qualified, will play against Taro Daniel from Japan.
Great match.
Great match, and I think Kokkinakis will get through here.
Kokkinakis is a strong player, and watch out for Taro Daniel.
Yes.
Because Taro Daniel is a fighter.
He is. And then whoever wins that will face either Denis Shapovalov from Canada or Pablo Andujar. Another tricky match.
Yeah, I think the young Canadian should come through this match and beat Andujar, but another good first round match between Shapovalov and Andujar.
I'm mentioning this match because you like this guy.
Medvedev.
Daniil Medvedev from Russia against a USA player, challenger player, Lloyd Harris.
Actually, Lloyd Harris is South African.
South African, you're right.
So all right. So here we go. So the only reason why we wanted to mention Medvedev is he's a strong young player with a long history of family behind his tennis. So watch out for Medvedev. Going all the way down to the middle of the draw, we have Kei Nishikori. I only mention him because Kei Nishikori is in this half of the draw, which we have Djokovic, Shapovalov, we have Medvedev. Don't forget we have Carreno Busta and Kohlschreiber.
And you have Fognini.
And Fognini. You know, I'm not a big Fognini fan. I wish the best for him. I don't really particularly care for his outfits, though.
You also have Ivo Karlovic on the top side of the draw.
Yeah, you know, Ivo Karlovic I like a lot, but if my serve's not clicking, it can be a long
But he
day.
can make anybody's day.
All right, moving forward quickly because we're running out of time.
Well, then we have the number 4 seed, Alexander Severbev, and on the bottom half of the draw against Alisas Bendin.
He's a Slovakian player.
Another notable match, Jeremy Chardy against Hugo Humbert.
Two
from
Frenchmen
France.
meeting off first. So that's not. We've seen these guys face off before in the first round, Humbert and Chardy.
Yeah.
It's almost like a setup to see which Frenchman can go further.
Well, they'll face probably Severbev.
There you go. Interesting match. Don't forget, in this section of the draw, we have Jack Sock. We wish the best for Jack Sock. He's been top 10 in the world before. He's kind of been on a doubles tangent, so hopefully we see good things from Sock. He's in as a wild card, and Sock will face, if he wins, Gilles Simon pretty early on.
Yes.
Another good match. We got Querrey and Herbert, a Frenchman against the mighty Querrey.
Mm-hmm.
Big server against a quality French player, so watch out for that match. Big match. We have Stanislas Wawrinka against Ernestus Gulbis, so we've got a Swiss player against the Latvian. That should be a big match. Big drum roll match. Kyrgios against Raonic. I don't know why the tournament draw makers came up with this match, but this is kind of like having Wawrinka and Dimitrov play each other twice in a row last year at majors.
Maybe they want to teach Nick Kyrgios a lesson.
Just watch out for this one.
He did say he would retire if he won the Australian Open.
Yeah, I don't think Kyrgios will win this one, but good luck to Kyrgios and also well for Milos Raonic. I like Borna Coric. I'm only mentioning them and Borna Coric in this section because I like him a lot. Don't forget about Martin Fusovic or Fusocevic, Hungarian player I like a lot, who I call a man. Watch out for him. And don't forget about Lucas Pouille in this section of the draw, the lower half. Don't forget about Misha Zverev, Alexander Zverev's brother. Big match on the bottom half, though. Benoit Pierre, the Frenchman, against Dominic Thiem. That's a big match. All right, we got to move forward quickly, guys. Sorry for the rush, but we got to get through this one. We're going to have another show on Sunday, and we're going to break this down even better.
Do you want to say them all?
We're gonna breeze through. We got to get this done because people are going to just kill us if we don't get through it. Marin Cilic, bottom half men's draw. Marin Cilic plays Bernard Tomic. Great match right off. Let's go, Bernard. Let's go. I like Bernard a lot. I only have Andrei Rublev, the Russian player, highlighted because he's a fine young player. Watch out for him. We have, in this section of the draw, another big deal, drum roll. Bautista Agut plays Andy Murray right off. Let's take a quick pause. Andy Murray, standing ovation to what you've done for the game. You have been a great player, and even your own surgeon indicated that your injury would be very tough to ever do anything with. So really, really, really good job, Andy Murray, for everything you've done for the game. I deserve to slow down here and thank you for what you have done, and we only wish you the best. Win, lose, or draw, you are a Hall of Fame tennis player, and you deserve the ultimate respect.
Probably smart decision. If you're in pain, just stop playing. It's not worth just living in pain.
Andy Murray, you deserve the best of everything.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so let's move forward. In this section of the draw, we have Kachanov. He's got a wide open section to maybe Murray, maybe Bautista Agut. Kachanov looks good. Tsitsipas is in there, and the Viktor Troicki. We got a lot of Serbian viewers.
Yes.
And we have talked about Troicki with a lot of them over the past offseason to now. Good luck for Troicki. This is a shout out to Johan Kriek. Johan Kriek, Australian, won the Australian Open twice, who used to talk, or still does talk about Bashvili, the Georgian player, a lot. Bashvili has a good chance here, too. Be careful for Bashvili. Gael Monfils is in this half. Watch out for Cameron Norrie and Taylor Fritz. That square off at the get-go.
Yeah.
Watch out for Dennis Istomin and Federer playing in the first round. Kevin Anderson and Adrian Manarino playing in the first round. That's a great match. We got Steve Johnson, the American, playing Andrea Seppi, the Italian. Too tricky player. Steve Johnson, I hope you do well here. Watch out for Seppi, though. Tipsarevic, the Serbian player. I think Stefan in our group mentioned and showed us a picture of Tipsarevic coming back. So I wish the best for Janko Tipsarevic. John Isner plays another real tall American player, Opelka. That's going to be a big serving match, more than likely 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, 975 to 973 in fifth. So watch out for that brain breaker match. Kyle Edmund plays Berdych. Thomas Berdych, the veteran, in the first round. Watch out for that one. Di Manor, one of my dark horses for the Australian Open, plays Pedro Sousa, the Portuguese. He's from Portugal. That's a good match. And at the end of the day, we have Nadal at the bottom. We'll see how his fitness hangs tight. So we're at 23 minutes. All right, let's sail through to the women's. Ready to roll? Simona Halep and Kaya Kanepi meet in the first round. Best match of the first round day. Let's go. I call Kaya Kanepi to win this match against Halep in the first round.
That's upset alert.
And Kanepi goes deep. If you play fantasy tennis, I would stay away from Halep here and away from Kanepi, because one of those two are going to lose, and both of them are tough. Venus Williams is in this section. We have her playing Buzărescu from Romania. I think Buzărescu is Romanian.
Yeah.
We have Bouchard playing Shuai Peng. Tricky match. Let's go Bouchard. We have Serena playing Tatiana Maria. Great match. We have Kasatkina, who's lost 2 matches in a row against Basinski, who's a Swiss player, right? That's your girl. That's your girl?
Yeah, I don't think she'll win that match.
See what happens there. We've got Karolina Pliskova in this half of the draw. I think Karolina Pliskova can win this tournament. Naomi Osaka I mentioned because she's in this section. Don't forget about the old, not old, she's still young, Azarenka. Azarenka's a dark horse here. Granted, she's won a major or two.
I think 2.
Watch out for Azarenka here coming in unseeded. So I just mentioned her because she's in this section of the draw and she can do damage. Andriescu, the young Canadian girl, comes in as a qualifier. Watch out for her. She's a power horse. Be careful for her. We've got Madison Keys down here and Sibylkova. And at the very bottom of the top half of the women's draw, we have Svitolina. Personally, I think Svitolina's lost a little too much weight. I hope she gets strong because the likes of Andriescu, Venus, Serena, Serenko, Andriescu, I think I just said that, and so many other strong girls. I think if you're have gotten as light as Svitolina, I think you're in trouble when it comes down to ripping balls. Bottom half of the women's draw, watch out for Kvitova at the top. I only mentioned Kvitova because another match later, she's got Pekovic, the German there. She's a tough and she can dance too. You know, those girls that dance, man, they can tend to play a little ball, right?
Yeah.
I say, let's go, Pekovic.
He's on a roll today. He's doing all the talking today.
I got to get this done because people are going to yell at me for taking too long. You're mighty beautiful, though.
I'm just going to watch him today.
All right, so again, last year we got into this. Sorry, guys, but we got griped at for taking too long. And we're almost at the end, and we're at like 25 minutes, and we're trying to cut it to 30.
26, actually.
So we got Serenko, who we've talked about before. She rolled her ankle recently. Hopefully she has recovered from that. We have the young Amanda Anisimova, who is the U.S. player that moved from Jersey to Florida. She's playing Niculescu. Great match, first match. Niculescu is another Romanian girl, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Moving down, we've got the young Sabalenka in this section of the draw. I think she'll cruise through. We've got the Barty, the Australian. And don't forget about this match, Ostapenko and Sakari. Ostapenko, solid player, won the French. Sakari, I like her. She's strong, but she's always hitting off her back foot. Hopefully that will
that's a coin toss on those.
Hopefully that'll get coached out of her. We got Maria Sharapova on this side of the draw. We got Wozniacki playing Van Uytvanck. Van Uytvanck is from Belarus with Sabalenka and Azarenka, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. We have Kontaveit also on the bottom section. Kontaveit's a strong player. Watch out for her. Alison Risk and Bertens. Kiki Bertens face off in the first round. The young player from the Netherlands playing a U.S. player. That's a good match. We have Julia Georgis facing off against Danielle Collins, a college player that you like a lot. So watch out for that match. Maddox Sands is down here. What can she do after the knee injury? Don't forget about Wawrinka's girlfriend, Vekic. Vekic playing Mladenovic, who's a French player. We hope the best for her. And at the bottom of this draw, we have Angelique Kerber. So look, I didn't mean to take away.
That's okay.
I think in this time is everything. So at the end of the day, today is one of these shows that I thought about all day long, and I really wanted to just deliver it because on Sunday, our next show, 2 days from now, we are going to discuss nothing but sections. Right, so we had to discuss literally 128 players, and 30 minutes, and plus get everything else in.
Right.
Those are notable first-round players we need to watch out for, first-round matches. And I don't know if I mentioned Nishikori, but keep your eye on him as well. Sorry if this was fast, everyone. Sunday, Carla and I will break this down in terms of section. We know people that we want to watch out for in the first round. We know matches that we want to watch out for in the first round. But as always watch out for you.
All right. Well, you said you were speeding it up because you had to.
Because I got 3 minutes left in.
You really too.
All right, so we always like to do a health tip of the day, and the health tip of the day is positive energy, mental energy.
Very important.
How many times have we seen people step on a tennis court, smash their racket, and then ultimately lose? Did we see Donald Young just do that?
He lost the match already. He had lost the match already. We've seen him doing quite a few.
Yeah. So. How many times do we not open the door for someone if it's someone walking in? How many times do we not say thank you instead of just walking away with a bad look on our face? Always stay positive. Stay up. Stay positive no matter what. Win, lose, or draw. Stay positive.
It's tough to do sometimes, but
it's tough to do.
We should tell ourselves to stay positive.
Stay positive no matter what happens. Because you know what? There's a lot of people out there that will try to tear us down, will try to tell us we don't know what we're talking about. You're a stringer and you don't know. don't use polyester in this. We've heard all this before, right? And some of it recently. Always stay positive. If anything you can ever do in life, no matter how hard it gets, is stay positive. I can promise you, you stay positive, even if it just takes the breath out of you, the next morning when you wake up, you'll be much better because of it. Stay positive. Never take a chance to lend a helping hand to anyone. Stay positive. All right? Everyone stay positive. I am absolutely sorry if this video was rushed. We have really been trying to keep this watchable. Last year we kept it going for 3 shows at 30 minutes apiece, and so many times we heard it was just too long. Mm-hmm. Click a like below, subscribe below, share the video. There is a PayPal link below, and it's only there because we hope to carry these shows into smaller tournaments so we can do different prizes for the smaller tournaments that Carla and I can afford to do. The tennis racket giveaway that we are doing, again, which is here, is out of our pocket and our pocket only. So if you wish to contribute, we'll continue to do these giveaways into ATP 250s, ATP 500s, ATP 1000s, Women's Premier, and etc. Carla, by the way, a minute ago, before we started the show, she has no idea that I wrote this, indicated in the bathroom while she was getting ready for the show that she hoped one day she would have her own hairstylist.
No, I was playing around. No.
You said you thought you'd have your own hairstylist.
I said that's funny. No, I'm
Let's
not.
go, Carla.
Okay.
She was thinking big. She wants her own hairstylist.
Not true.
Anyway, you can follow Carla and I on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can check out those links below on Twitter, and at our email at 5ktennis@mail.com. Until then, as Carla always says,
Adios.
Adios, guys. Take care.